know that. We're going to show you that next. You descend from nothing but kings and priests. But guess what? We've been reduced to basketball players and football players. We don't know who the hell we are anymore.
One day most I gon' say that's enough. And in that day, can you drink that cup?
Of Indians, who you are according to the Bible. We are no longer going to be going by these Americanized names that we've been given in slavery.
That's right.
We know who we are now, and we're going to bring out this Bible and we're going to teach. Read that.
The book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 10.
Arise
ye and depart.
Arise ye and depart. God said it's time to arise. Wake up. Wake up out of sleep. We have to understand who we are today. The world is ending. World War III is on the brink.
Right.
Test. World War III is on the brink.
That's right.
We have to understand who we are and what time it is to prepare our minds for the destruction that's coming to America. To hell with All-Star Weekend.
Right.
To hell with basketball and football and the damn Super Bowl. To hell with these events that we up here celebrating in. We got to come back to God before it's too late.
That's right.
Period. How you brothers doing? What's going on with you, man? What's your name? Kevin, nice to meet you, family. All right, what's your name, family?
Connor.
All right, Connor, Kevin and Connor, right?
Yeah.
All right, so what are y'all out here doing right now?
About to go right here, right here.
About to go to the practice game, right?
Yeah.
Okay, check this out, but do you know what today is?
February 15th.
February 15th. Well, hey, sis, what are y'all about to do right now?
Going to the Coliseum.
Y'all about to go to the Coliseum, right? But do you know what today is?
I'll look at this flyer.
Nah, we're gonna show you because according to the Bible, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right.
World War III is on the brink, and guess what? Bombs are coming to this place. It's not about playtime. Read that.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8.
We're gonna show you God's laws because in slavery, we weren't taught God's laws. First, where you find yourself on that sign right there? Where you find yourself on the sign? I want to find out who I'm talking to. Where you at on here? You Judah. All praises. Where you at? Understand, we make up the 12 tribes of Israel. God put us in slavery because we broke all of his laws. We're supposed to be ruling the earth right now, but we're serving in it. Why? Because we break every law God gives us, including the Sabbath day. Here's what today is. Read that.
Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8.
We're going to show you what we're supposed to be doing. And I understand he wants to go, but this is your history and your heritage. This is your salvation on the line. I'm going to tell you straight. He want to go to the ball game, let him go. But understand this first. Read.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Remember the Sabbath day. Why do we have to remember something that we already supposed to be keeping? It's because we went into slavery and they told us that the Sabbath day was on Sunday.
Right.
It's not on Sunday. It's today.
That's right.
There's no buying, selling, cooking, or working today.
Teach, Chuck.
We're not supposed to be in the Coliseum. We're supposed to be gathering together as the nation of Israel, learning God's laws.
Let 'em know.
Because guess what? There's a test coming. There's a great persecution that's coming to this land. They're going to be killing us like wholesale. And guess what? We have to understand God's laws to be protected. Read that.
6 days shalt thou labor.
So 6 days you can do all your work. So, what's the first day of the week? Sunday is the first day of the week. Look at your calendar on your phone. We're showing you that you've been misinformed. You've been mistaught your whole life. Look at the calendar on your phone, family. Show me what's the first day of the week. You say it on the mic.
Sunday.
Sunday is the first day of the week, but you said Monday. Because guess what? You've been told that Monday, which is the first day of the work week, is the first day of the week. Because why? We've been put here to work. We've been put here since slavery to work. That's why the week starts when you think of work. But guess what? The day starts on the first. Read that.
6 days shalt thou labor.
So, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday is the 7th day. Read.
And do all thy work. But the 7th day.
What are we supposed to be doing on the 7th day? The Sabbath day?
The seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work.
We shall not be doing any work. So a lot of people go to their jobs on Saturday, right? You're not supposed to be working on Saturday. Read. Today is a day of rest. You're not supposed to be going to no dang Coliseum to watch people work on the Sabbath day. They're working. That is sin. And that's the reason we've been put into the conditions that we've been put in. And we're trying to bring you up out of that. Read.
But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work. Thou.
We shall not be playing basketball.
That's right.
We shall not be playing basketball today. Read.
Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger.
So we have to understand. We have to understand what time we're living in. You're following the manners of the Grecians. Give me that in Maccabees. First Maccabees 4. We're following the ways. Where do we learn basketball and football and all of these sports from? Where do we get this from? Second Maccabees.
Bring it out.
Where do we learn all of these traditions from? Why is it that we don't keep any of God's laws, but we quick to go into a stadium and follow basketball, All-Star Weekend, and all of this foolishness? Do you understand that you're supposed to be a priest, a king and a priest unto God?
Bring it out.
What do kings and priests establish?
Good question.
Kings and priests establish law and order.
Right.
Do you think Oakland is in a good state of law and order?
Bring it out.
No, it's not. Because as soon as you park your car and then you turn your back, they bust open your car and take everything that's in it.
All right.
There's crime here. There's sex trafficking, child molestation. There's breaking the Sabbath every Sabbath. This place is not in law and order. Why? Because you are not in your priestly, godly, kingly mindset.
Right.
And this is why. Read.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 15.
This is where all that Coliseum sports came from. Read.
Not setting by the honors of their fathers.
Not setting by the honors of our fathers who were kings and priests. You descend from Christ. Do you know that? We're going to show you that next. You descend from nothing but kings and priests. But guess what? We've been reduced to basketball players and football players because we don't know who the hell we are anymore.
Bring it out.
Read.
But liking the glory of the Grecians.
Who are the Grecians? Huh? Oh, you haven't been taught that. It's okay. I'm your brother. It's all good. We've been taught the glory of the Grecians. The Grecians are his people. We're celebrating their glory. Their glory is to be an owner of a football team or a basketball team and have us be the players out there running up and down doing sport to entertain them. That's the glory of the Grecians. Read.
But liking the glory of the Grecians best of all.
Best of all. What does that mean when you love something best of all? That means that you love it above all things. Above Christ. You love it above your own spirituality. You love it above keeping God's laws. And like I showed you, today is the Sabbath day. There's no buying, selling, cooking, or working. Are they working today? Playing basketball? Getting paid millions to entertain you? Yes, that's the glory of the Grecians. Read.
Not sitting by the honors of their father, but liking the glory of the Grecians best of all.
And this is for you too. I want you to learn something too. Read.
By reason whereof sore calamity came upon them, for they had them to be their enemies and avengers, whose custom they followed so earnestly.
So this is what we're learning. Sister, understand this. This is what we're learning, that we follow the customs of the other nations, the white man, the Asian man, the Chinese, all of the other nations, and not our own. And this is why God has turned his back on us.
That's right.
Do you want God to turn, do you want whenever you pray for God to smack down your prayers? How you doing, family? Hosea 5:15. How you doing, family? Come back. Do you want your prayers to be answered?
Bring it out.
Do you want your prayers to be answered, sister? All right, give me that in John 9:31. We're going to show you how to get your prayers answered, because black people, Hispanic people, we're in the conditions we're in. Why? Because we break God's laws, and God has turned his back against us.
Bring it out.
God is our enemy right now. That's why we always being persecuted. Read that.
The book of John, chapter 9 and verse 31.
This is why.
Now we know that God heareth not sinners.
God hears not sinners. You go to church? Okay, what is sin? Let me hear you. I can't hear you. I want everybody to hear you. Come on. What does that mean? Like if I'm a 4-year-old, you got kids? If you say, hey kid, don't miss God's mark, and then go out there and play, he's gonna miss every mark there is. Because you don't know what that means. So how do we understand what sin is? What is sin, family?
Doing something against God.
Yes, but what is it specifically?
I don't know.
What is sin? We don't know what sin is. We're going to get that.
The book of 1 John, chapter 3 and verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law.
This is what sin is, read.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
So God said sin is the breaking of God's law.
Right.
Give me an example of one of God's laws. Thou shalt not steal. So if God says thou shalt not steal, and you steal, what have you just committed? Sin.
That's right.
That's what sin is. Go back to John. Read that.
John chapter 9 and verse 31.
This is why God don't hear our prayers. Read.
Now we know that God heareth not sinners. God
does not hear sinners. So if God tells you, keep the Sabbath day holy, and you decide to go out there and when God says there's no buying, selling, cooking, or working, and you go ahead and buy tickets to go see people work, that means you're in sin. Read that again.
Now we know that God heareth not sinners, but if any man be a worshiper of God and doeth his will, him he heareth.
So sis, you said stealing, right? Is Oakland not filled with bipping and stealing and all manners of crime? When you park in Oakland, do you have a thought in the back of your mind like, damn, I hope they don't get me today? So why is it that Oakland is filled with all of that? What's some other sins that Oakland is filled with? I want you to, and I want you to. Killing. Thou shalt not kill. Ain't there bodies being found in random places in Oakland because of the people that look like them, killed them?
Bring it out.
What about you? What you see in Oakland? Sex trafficking. Our little sisters prostituting themselves. These are all sins that keep God from hearing our prayers.
That's right.
God's not listening to the city of Oakland. Matter of fact, later on tonight, there probably might be something that pop off, either at a club, because God said don't be out there reveling.
Nope.
Or over here at these parking lots where they over here doing these, when they coming out of these games. Understand that, read. Read that again.
Now we know that God heareth not sinners, but if any man be a worshiper of God and doeth his will.
If we do God's will, what is God's will? If we do God's will, what you going to do, sis? You got to go to work? I understand, you got to work sometimes, but guess what? Now you know, let's get that day off. Let's do what we got to do, and we're going to help you to do that when you gather together. All right? So what is God's will? Before you leave, sis, do you know what today is? Deuteronomy 22 and 5. Get that. We're going to give you this before you go, sis. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5.
This is something that you can apply that is going to bring you closer to God so he'll hear your prayers. Read.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Read.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so.
So what is it called when a man wears a woman's garment? What's a woman's garment that a man is not supposed to wear? A dress, right? Read it from the top.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Okay, so what is the thing that the woman's not supposed to wear that a man is supposed to wear? Because you got the first part right.
Fucking panties.
Pants. Exactly. Exactly. Did you already know that? Have you heard that before? Your granny told you that. So she wears dresses, but now you wear pants, right? So why is that? You don't know because society told you to. Our people haven't learned to think yet. So we do what society tells us to do. We follow media. Read that again.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So is that sin if a woman's wearing pants, wearing what pertains to a man? Exactly. So what do we got to do? We got to change that. To what? What do we got to change it to? Skirts and dresses. Exactly. Keep reading.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
So that's an abomination unto God. Did you know that that's LGBT when you do that? That's called cross-dressing. What is that called? Transvestite. That's what that is. So if I'm over here teaching the Bible wearing a dress, I would look crazy. God says every woman that's wearing pants or breeches, you know, the ones with a split between it, pants, that person looks crazy as hell to God. So we got to change these things, right? You didn't know, now you know, right? Now you know that God says it, right?
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. It's nation time.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord.